Hello guys, welcome back to our video. This is a Coding PH webmaster page. So expect na lahat ay may post natin dito sooner or later related about sa web. Excuse me. So we are webmaster Coding PH. So ito yung ating panata. So, tara, sabay tayong matuto sa tulong ng bawat isa. So, here is our Instagram and our YouTube channel. So, guys, please do not forget to like and follow our page so you will support us as well. Lahat ng nandito. So, ngayon guys, we are going to move how to create a function. Bakit? Right? Kasi diba, remember, we are Laravel Explorer. Ang ginagawa natin ngayon is nag-explore tayo sa Laravel. So, why we need to create a function? Guys, kung mapapanood mo itong mga recent video na nandito, we are working together with a router. So, router is already defined function. And now, this time, para sa mga super basic, no, para sa mga super beginner, because I was there, I was new before I'm here. So, kukonsider lang natin sila kasi yung next step natin, so we will build a basic application, super basic. However, gagawa tayo ng maraming method at saka function, may possibility. So, function method are the same kasi yung method nasa loob lang naman siya ng class. So, yung function is a procedural. So, we will understand and learn how to create a function. Before we do that, of course, we have a recap sa naging recent video natin. So, ito yung recent video natin, guys. Laravel delete data from database. Tara, sabay tayong matuto sa tulong ng bawat isa. Ayan po yung ating ayan po ang ating panata. So, here is the YouTube version. If you prefer a YouTube, please go ahead and click this link. And if you want as well to watch the recent video, go ahead and click this video link, or you're gonna go ahead, keep scrolling down and see here the recent one. I think this one. Yeah, this one. Edit and update data to a database. So, yeah, before we begin, lastly again guys, please do not forget to like and follow our video, and also like for our video, and feel free to watch if you think there is a better way or brighter idea, brighter way. Please go ahead and comment both to our video in our YouTube list, in our YouTube playlist, and in our Facebook video. So, now again, bakit nga ba tayo mag-explore sa function, which is this is not part of a Laravel? Kasi guys, gagawa na tayo ng method para to sa mga super beginner sa PHP na baka ma-confuse sila kung ano yung pinagagawa natin doon. Gumagawa tayo ng sarili nating function name. Kasi kung mapapansin mo nga, doon sa mga recent video natin, we are just working with the route. Hindi nga tayo gumamit ng controller. So, ayun naman ulit kasi yun, guys. Ilalagay lang naman dun yung pinaka-array. For instance, let's say route. Ganun. Ito. Put lang, guys, get, and then function, and then, of course, yung directory. For instance, directory, or URL, whichever you prefer that. And then, gagawin mo lang yung array, and then yung class name, and then class, of course, and then comma, and then yung method. Ganun lang naman yung controller. And then kung ano yung laman ng method name na yan, ayun lang naman yung nakalagay dito sa route. Yung nakaganito. Yung function. Yan. Lahat, I'm sorry, I think it was deleted. Lahat ng code na nilagay natin dito, guys, sa router, ayun lang din naman yung code na ilalagay mo dun sa method. Depende, guys, sa my request na pinili mo. If that is a foot, if that is a post, if that is a get, post, or delete. Guys, ginamit natin yan. Ganun lang naman yan. Ganun lang kasimple. So now, this time, we will create a models. In model, we are, masyado tayong mag-expose sa model. Tsaka sa query, pati sa Tinker for this episode. Kaya mag-ano muna tayo sa my function. Mag-explore muna tayo sa function. Yung function, guys, that is a function keyword or function clause followed by function name. Yung function name, guys, ikaw ang pipili niyan kung anong gusto mo. I'm sorry, function name, ikaw ang pipili niyan. So, pupunta tayo dun muna sa documentation, pero ganyan yan. Sabi dito, guys, by the way, before I begin, once again, before anything else, please do not forget to likes and follow our page. Okay, thank you, guys. So here, user-defined function. Sabi, a function may be defined using syntax such as the following. As you can see, guys, dito meron ditong function key, or function name, or function clause. It's up to you kung anong gusto mo, paano mo siya i-identify sa sarili mo. So that is a function clause, okay? So, paano ba yung function name? There is one space, and then the function name, open and close parentheses, and inside the parentheses, we have here a bunch of arguments. So, argument is an optional, guys. Later, I will show to you, and malalaman mo rin yan. And here, we have an open and close, a parentheses, curly braces, sa loob ng function, and this, guys, here, will be the function content. So, as you can see, we have an open and close PHP syntax. They are wrapped inside the open and close PHP syntax. So, here, we can go ahead and create two function. I will just, guys, muna ipakita sa inyo kung ano yung difference ng echo and ng return. So, kung mapapansin mo, pag kinapi natin yan dito at tinanggal natin yung variable, kasi tinanggal ko muna yan, and then once na display ko yan dyan at makikita nyo kung anong result, example, pero sabi dito identify undefined variable. Okay, lagyan muna natin to ng undefined siya, guys, kasi hindi naman wala namang value yung variable. Ganon kapag mag-undefined. Pero, para hindi siya mag-undefined, guys, we need to add a value in this variable. Let's say, actually, yung empty na yan, pwede na yan, consider na yan as empty value. Pero gawin natin, hello world. Okay. And then, makikita mo, wala yung hello world, guys. Pero yung example function ay nandito. So, para makita natin yung hello world, kailangan natin lagyan ng echo. Nakita na natin siya. Bakit ganun, guys? Kasi, guys, itong return clause, ang ginagawa niya, nire-return niya by the word return, di ba? Ibinabalik niya sa Tagalog yung value neto dito sa loob ng function, mismo sa function na foo. So, once na in-invoke mo ang foo or tinawag mo yung foo, hindi siya executed. Okay? So, ma-execute lang siya once na ginapitan mo ng echo clause. Okay? Pasensya na kayo, guys. May asong ulol sa kapitbahay yata namin yan. O dyan sa palagi dyan kasi maraming aso sa tapat ng bahay lang. Tawalan din natin yan mapipigilan, guys. Magkakaproblema lang tayo. So, of course, we have, before we go anything to our career, we have to learn first how to take care of ourselves para hindi tayo masyadong makukuha na ng attention sa mga distractions sa buhay natin, because wherever you are, guys, there are distractions. So, make sure you learn. Baka kasi naiirita ka, guys. Well, focus lang tayo sa topic natin. Kasi yung mga ganyan, yung mga walang isip, kung talagang tumatahol siya, mas walang isip yung dahilan kung bakit pinapatahol siya. Well, sakali man, Pero kung tumatawa lang talaga siya, hindi natin yung control guys, hayop yan. Well, let's go back to the function. Okay? So, itong function, yung function na yan, itong return, okay, yung return clause or yung return key, kumbaga sa Tagalog, ibabalik ko tong retval na to, or return value na to, dito sa value na foo. So, ngayon, yung value na to, which is yung hello world, naka-stack or naka-save dito. Naka-save siya dito sa word na foo. Kaya, kapag hindi mo siya in-echo, hindi mo siya makikita sa result. Pero bakit itong hello example function executed siya? Kasi nga, ginamitan siya guys ng echo clause. So, executed na siya once kinol mo na yung function. Once na in-invoke mo na siya or dinefine mo na siya. So, hope makes sense. Sana meron kang natutunan. So, let's go ahead and create a two different function with a two different execution. So, function, I will say 1, and then function, the value by function name, open and close parentheses, and I will say echo, and then here, let's say hello people, and then I will create another function here. I will name that is 2, open close parentheses, and here I will say return, and then web, let's say PHP native. Okay, so let's go ahead and invoke this function. Of course, let's say 1, and then here, and then 2, and then here. Guess which value yung makikita natin dito guys. Hulaan nyo kung anong data ang makikita natin. Ito bang hello people or itong native PHP? So let's get it. Run this. So you can see if yung hula mo ay tama, congratulations. Kung hindi naman, that's fine. So again, ni-return o ibinalik ng return clause yung PHP native or yung value niya inside of this function name. So nakastack siya dyan behind the scene. Meron siyang bit-bit na string. So para ma-execute siya sa browser, we need to add a echo, and then everything, all the value that's stuck in this function will be also executed in the browser. So what makes sense? Let's see. Actually guys, hindi ko to nasubukan, pero let's try. Let's say this have a value of 25. Okay, so this have a value of 25. So let's go ahead and say we have here a value of return, let's say 25 plus function name. It should be a 50, right? So let's go ahead and try. So let's go ahead, 25 plus 25, and what will happen here? Let's try. So it's not happen because we don't have any echo. Okay, 25 plus 25 equals 50. So what we expecting here is this one have a value of 25, and this function 2 have a return value of 25. So that means when we call this 2, it should be returned as 50. So let's go ahead and invoke the number 2. So let's go ahead and echo and number 2, and then as you can see, what we expecting, guess. So guys, hindi ko rin ito nasubukan actually. Bigla lang pumasok sa isip ko. Ano yung iniisip mo magiging value? 50 din ba tulad nung nakita natin kanina? So let's check. Actually, wala rin akong idea. And as you can see, we receive double 25 instead of 25. Why? Bakit kaya ganon? Bakit hindi siya naging 50? Kasi guys, this one is already executed with echo clause. So, hindi siya data guys. Nakastore lang siya sa function, then it is already executed. Okay? Once we call this 2 function, second function. So, meaning, hindi talaga siya part ng 2 function. Pero, para matawag siya, para mag-execute siya, kailangan mo nang i-execute yung 2 function dahil nasa loob siya ng function. So, however, in reality, the data of that function is only 25. And this one is just an extra. But, as you can see guys, i-run ulit natin para maintindihan natin. We have only 25. Okay? Ayun lang yung data ng function 2. So, paano kung makikita yung data ng function 1? Okay, so let's go ahead and try. We need to, sige, ganito. Hindi ko i-execute yung function 2. Tatanggalin ko yung echo clause, okay? And then, irarun to. Okay, we have another 25 years. Saan galing yan? Hindi ko naman in-execute yung 2. And sabi ng return clause, isi-save lang niya yung value dito sa 2. Para mag-return yung value, kailangan ko tong i-echo. Wala naman akong in-echo. Bakit ganun? Okay, let's go ahead and try to say 50, this value. Guess, anong data ang lalabas sa ating browser? Anong output? Is it a 50 or 25? Guys, hindi ko ito na-try. So, let's go ahead, check what is the result. Pero, malinaw sa explanation natin kanina na this function is already executed to 25 because we use a echo clause. Echo clause automatically execute the data once we call this function. So, as you can see here, na-execute na yung function. So, automatically, I guess, na ang makikita nating data is 25. Why? Kasi naka-invoke na siya. Pero, kung hindi naman natin tatawagin ang 2, walang data. So, okay, let's go ahead and try to call or invoke the function 2. Ano kaya ang magiging value nito? Yung 25 ba? Yung nagaling sa 1? Or yung 50 na ni-return niya sa 2? Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, we receive only 25. How that magic nangyari? Paano nangyari yung magic na yan? Guys, as you can see, as again, this echo clause already execute the data inside the function. And this return value save the value in this string or the function name behind the scenes. So that means, hindi natin nakikita na etong 2 na to, meron tong value na 50. So remember how we print the value in the browser in PHP? We need a called echo clause. Okay? So now, the value na nakapaloob sa 2 open and close parenthesis na to, na ni-return ng return clause na to, na ito, return to the function this 50. Parang gano'n, no? I-return ko tong 50 dito. So, nakakapit siya dito behind the scene. Hindi lang natin nakikita, pero nandito siya. So, once na in-echo natin yan, magkakaroon tayo ng 2 type of data. Okay? So, let's go ahead. We have a 25 and 50. Where is 50 from? Dito yan sa ating return clause. So, kapag nag-comment tayo dito, and then, kinoment ko lang siya guys para mabura muna kasi hindi nga natin siya i-run. Okay, so, what the value we have is now 50. Galing saan yan? Sa 2. Paano siya nagkaroon ng 2? Paano siya nagkaroon ng 50? Kasi yung 50, ni-return yan. Ni-return yung value ng 50 dito sa number or sa function name 2. So, that is exactly what is the difference between echo clause and this return clause. That is how simple works. So, now, what happen is, I will add the value of 1 into 50. So, that means like what I've done here na echo 25 plus 50 equals 70. Ito yung gusto kong i-achieve. Okay? Gusto ko na yung value ng 1 function ma-add siya sa value ng 2 function. Okay, let's go ahead and try. So, syempre, i-store natin to sa variable. Okay, so i-store natin to sa variable. So, at this, first, okay, function. Maalam na ba kayo sa variable, guys? Feeling ko naman napaka-straightforward ng variable, no? Sige, para sa hindi pa nakakaintindi ng variable, guys, mag-i-explain muna ako ng konti sa variable. Yung variable, guys, ayan yung alternative name na parang nakasave lang siya sa memory virtually, na virtual ng virtual, para ma-store siya dito and then ma-replace natin yung name. Kasi for instance yan, 50, ano yung 50 na yan? Ano ba yan? Saan ba yan galing? Pwede nating sabihin yung i-rename siya na like bill, or let's say tax, or shipping. Pwede natin siyang gawin ganyan. So, kaya natin nire-restore sa variable. And then, the good things there, yung memory niya, guys, medyo nalilesen siya. Kasi save siya. Para yung, guys, nakakita ka naman sa TikTok ng nagdadala ng maraming pagkain, tapos dadalhin sa lamesa, yung nag-uumapaw na sa may katawan niya, sa kamay niya na hindi niya na halos kayang bitbitin, tatakbo siyang mabilis, tapos ilalagay niya sa lamesa yung mga pagkain, versus guys, dun sa menu board. Yung menu board, kapirasong papel na nakaprint, na ipapakita mo ngayon sa order ng pagkain, so literally, mas magaan na dalihin ang menu board kaysa doon sa eksaktong data. So, that is how variable simply works. Okay? So, ganun lang siya, guys. Aside sa pwede mo siyang lagyan ng label, pwede mo na siyang lagyan ng label doon sa menu board, pwede mo na din lagyan ng information tulad ng how many calories or fat yung pwede nilang makuha kung kakain sila nung menu mo na yon, unlike nung dinala mo yung pagkain doon sa may customers mo na they don't have even idea kung magkano yung price na dinala mo. So, sa menu board, completed na siya information. Meron siyang details, package, simply like a memory, guys. And also, save siya kasi hindi ka nagbuhat ng mabigat, walang risk, hindi ka mapapagod, hindi ka makakabasag, something like that. So, that is how simply to understand what the variable and how this simply works. Okay? So, now, let's say this is going to be ano kaya to? So, paano kaya natin siya pwedeng pangalanan? So, let's say sabihin na lang natin bill. So, okay? So, yung ito na lang is shipping. Okay? So, let's go ahead and this going to be a shipping fee. Sabihin natin ganyan. A shipping fee. So, you have a shipping fee 25. So, itong bill. So, ngayon, dahil nakastore na yung bill ko, siyempre, ang haba niya, yung 50 na yan. Ayan yung pangalan ng item, meron dyan yung pangalan ng item, name of the item, yung product code, diba? Ang daming naka-attach dyan sa 50 na yan na hindi na nilagay. So, kaya natin siya nilagay sa variable para nandun na lang siya, naka-label na rin siya. So, hindi na natin kailangan sabihin sa program yung lahat ng bagay. Okay, so, let's say, yeah, i-return na natin. So, let's go ahead and return. So, you can see walang naging value kasi what? Hindi pa natin nilagay yung echo close para clause, guys, na clause is not close. Clause, so it's echo clause para mag-execute yung 50. So, now, let's go ahead yung ating, ngayon, guys, yung ating goal is like, i-add natin yung 25 plus 50, so that is 75. So, from shipping and then to bill. So, let's go ahead and try. Let's comment this para hindi siya mag-display. So, wala nang output. Okay. So, paano natin yung gagawin? Paano natin ginawa dito, guys? We use add sign or plus sign, diba? So, let's go ahead and try. So, plus and then the function name. Okay? So, guess what will happen, guys? Guess what will happen? Tulad na nangyari kanina, mag-a-add kaya siya? Or magre-result siya ng dalawang magkaibang data? Kasi dito ay naka-store siya sa variable, and then ito naka-execute na siya sa shipping. So, ano yung hula nyo? So, let's go ahead and run. As you can see, we have a 25. Why? Because the shipping function already execute its own data. How? That is, we use here a echo clause. Okay, so it executed. So, let's go ahead and try to execute as well our 2 para ma-add siya. Tignan nga natin. Oh, it's 25 and 50. Hindi siya na-add, guys. Bakit ganun? Our goal is to have a 75. Pero ang nangyari, hindi siya na-add. Anong nangyari? Bakit kaya ganun? Kasi guys, very simple. As I said, this is already executed using the echo clause. So, this value is not stored in shipping. Okay? Hindi na siya nakastore sa shipping. Once you call this function name or this function, once you invoke that, it's already execute the data with the echo clause. So now, how do we store the data here so we can also add them together? Paano natin I'm sorry guys paano natin sisimplihan ko? Paano natin ilalagay dito sa shipping yung value para pag tinawag natin yung shipping, wala siyang executed data. Instead, yung shipping itself, open and close parenthesis, ay merong datang laman. Kasi, di ba, behind the scene, wala tong laman. Pero pag in-execute ko to or tinawag ko to, meron na siyang ilalabas. Ang gusto ko sana, dito siya nakakapit. Paano yun gagawin? Of course, we use also a return clause here. So now, we have a 75. Paano nangyari yun, guys? We have a 50 pesos bill here in our variable. And then, plus shipping. Paano nangyari yun? Kasi ni-return na natin yung 25. Dito siya shipping, behind the scene, naka-attach na siya sa shipping, hindi na siya executed. So now, once we use the add key or yung plus sign, we are able na, guys, meron na tayong ability na pagsamahin sila. And that is how return value works. Okay? So, the return value, return this value attached to the to function. Okay? In-attach niya yung values dito sa to function. So, that's why he can execute now this to value, which is the value is the first bill and then the second bill. And then as you can see, we have resolved a 25. Okay, hope makes sense. So, pwede mong ulit-ulitin, pwede mong baguhin, pwede mong i-edit. So, it's up to you guys. So, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and comment here in our comment section, but in our YouTube and social media, Facebook, then yeah, I will be there right away to, of course, answer your queries. And if you have a better way to explanation, please you can go ahead also share your video in a comment section, so I will learn from that as well, and hopefully you will learn from the video I share. Okay, so now we will create a function add. Let's go ahead and create another function add. Let's say add, and okay, I think that's enough. That's enough. Para hindi na masyadong maging magulo. Ngayon, we are going to another topic here. So, let's go ahead in here. Tignan natin dito kung ano yung pwede nating makuha dito. Eto guys, so if full, okay, and then function, so why, okay, eto guys, function within the function, number 3, pero meron pa dito, no, kasi ito yung number 1, so yung number 2, ito guys, boolean, okay, if, okay, so makikita mo dito, ito yung shortcut niya guys, if boolean is true, okay, kung totoo nga ba to, so it's true, yeah, it's true. So now execute the function. Very straightforward, guys, no? Sa mga nag-if else na dyan, hopefully you done that. Kasi marami naman tayong if else statement na ginawa dun sa dun sa may ating Laravel Basic Explorer. So, very simple, straightforward. Ine-echo niya, kapag ito ay true, saka lang mag-execute. So, let's go ahead in number 3. Ito yung function inside the function. Actually, guys, yung function inside the function is very often to use in PHP. Most of the time, that is used in JavaScript. However, let's go ahead and try. So, function, and then the first function, so first functioning, and then here we will create a function again, and then this function is second, let's say inside the function, and then open curly braces, and then there you go. Ito na yun, guys, huh? So what makes sense? Okay. So excuse me, guys. So sabi dito sa example niya, we can call a bar yet since it doesn't exist. So as you can see, dinefine natin, guys, yung bar function inside the foo. Okay? So now we can call the bar. Foo processing has made it accessible. Bakit? Kasi, guys, we cannot execute the bar unless we execute the foo. Bakit? Kasi nasa loob siya ng ang bar function, nasa loob siya ng foo. So, actually, we have that a good example earlier, guys. Once yung natatandaan nyo yung nag-invoke tayo sa 1, nag-invoke tayo sa 1, and then nag-create tayo ng functions sa 2. Sorry, excuse me. Nag-create tayo ng functions sa 2, and then remember na hindi agad natin nakita yung value ng value of 1 function. Hindi agad natin nakita yan nung nilagay natin siya sa function 2. And then when it returns here, like say hello underscore function 2. Okay, function 2. Hindi agad natin yan, hindi siya nag-execute, guys, diba? Mapapansin mo. Hindi siya nag-execute. Hold on. Val of 1. Okay, I'm sorry. Val of 1. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. Masyadong malakas yung ayan. Ayun. So pinuwasan ko muna yung aircon. Malamig. So okay. Mapapansin mo hindi nag-execute yung 2. So I think this is a different example. So ayan, guys. Sorry. Iba pala to. So, kung mapapansin mo, guys, kapag tinawag ko yung function inside, for instance, echo, and then function inside, hindi siya mag-execute. Bakit kaya? Actually, meron pa nga siyang undefined function inside. Okay, why? Because the function inside is defined or was defined inside the first name function. So once I invoke this first function, the function inside will also invoke. Okay, so ayun lang. Diba? So actually yung ganitong paraan, guys, hindi siya ginagamit madalas sa PHP. And honestly, wala ring scenario na nagamit ko sa PHP kasi mas safe kasi na nandito siya. So it doesn't matter. There is an instance na kailangan mo i-run yung function. Accessible siya globally and locally. So guys, in addition, this open curly braces here called is a local local scope. And yung outside that, guys, lahat na yan, ang tawag dyan is global scope. So, yun. So, so kung wala siya sa local scope, ma-access natin siya kasi nasa global scope siya. Pero meron namang instances, guys, na we need to wait na i-invoke natin to para yan, tulad yan, para ma-execute siya. So, para siyang callback function, guys. Pero merong mas magandang way. So, however, this is what exactly mean here. Just in case na magke-create ka ng function inside the function, you cannot invoke that function without invoking the parents. Para siyang parents function and then child function. So, hindi ka pwedeng dumiretso sa child. Tawagin mo siya, no? Hindi mo siya pwedeng tawagin. Kailangan tawagin mo muna yung parents para matawag mo yung child. Parang sa buhay lang din. Nangyari, may kailangan ka sa may kilala ka sa yung friends mo, no? Tawagin mo nga yung parents mo doon. Tawagin mo nga yung mother mo, yung father mo. Then, pag nandiyan na si parents, for instance, then you can, kailangan mo yung, for instance, kailangan ng anak niya magpasa ng project, no? Kung isa kang teacher, something like that. Kailangan ng anak mo mag-participate sa ganitong role sa inyong barangay. So, isa siya sa napili na ganito. Kailangan niya mag-perform. So, syempre, hindi naman pwede na, ay bata, magaling ka kumanta ka, merong event sa barangay sa susunod na araw, kasi kumanta ka. So, first, bago mo siya pakantahin, bago mo siya sabihan ng dapat niyang gawin, you have to call the parent function first. And then, let the child function will do yung task niya, if ever na anuman yung functionality ng function. If he or she able to sing, something like that, or dancing, or perform magic, it's up to the function, how you define that function. So, ganun lang guys. Very, very simple, di ba? Very straightforward. And then, ano pa ba? So, punta tayo dito. So, yeah. Actually guys, ito, self-explanatory na to. Anyway, dito guys, meron pa palang argument. Hindi pa tayo nakapag-argument. Okay? So, once passing an array to the function. Ganyan yun guys. So, passing an array. And then, ito yung a bunch of argument. So, ano ba yung array guys? Actually, array is a different, okay? Different topic. Kasi malawak ng array guys, actually. At isa to sa mga paborito kong part sa lahat ng programming language or script language. I really enjoy working with an array. So, sisimplihan natin guys, kasi nasa function lang naman tayo. So, let's work with arguments of function, and then let's say do function add name. And of course, I need two type of value, which is the first value, first number, na i-add natin. And then, of course, the second numbers na i-add natin. Okay? So, open and close parentheses, and then I will return the value. Remember, guys, we use return already, and I already explained to you the return and echo clause. And then, of course, I will add these two values. Okay? So now I will invoke or call the function add, and then here I would say echo to execute this value, attach here, let's say it's 1, and then plus 1 is equal 2. Okay, so mapansin mo undefined variable first kasi kulang siya ng t kasi dito may t. Okay? Let's go ahead and see that is a 2, the result of 2. That is simply how to understand, very straightforward, the argument means. Okay, so in arguments, in addition to that, there is also called type hinting. Okay, so for instance, I only accept only integer. So kapag sinabi natin integer sa data type, guys, remember, I encourage you to take essential and fundamental of PHP. So you can forecast that course or you can take that in your school. If how, the data type is another story as well. However, para to make long story short lang guys, yung integer, of course, nagre-represent yan sa number. So, only integer lang yung pwede kong ilagay dito at dito rin ay integer din. So, bakit? Hindi naman natin ma-add yung letters, diba? For instance, let's say, 2 plus C. Wala namang ganun, guys, diba? 2 plus C, oh my God, kahit naman sila siguro, hindi yun ma-add. So, para masabing ganun, para matama yan, guys, halimbawa, nilagyan ko dito ng aba, o aba, kada. Tingnan natin kung anong mangyayari. Oy, fatal error, it says, add argument 2. Second must be type of integer, string given. So, that is how type hinting works. Okay? So, paano kung hindi ko siya nilagyan ng type hint? Ano ba yung mangyayari? Okay, let's go ahead. As you can see, fatal error, uncaught type error, unsupported operations type, integer plus string. So, di ba hindi naman natin nga pwedeng add yung integer sa string. So, yun yung sinasabi ng error. So, what's the good in type hinting is sinasabi niya kung ano yung errors mo. Sinasabi niya na agad na, hoy, dapat integer dyan. So, saan ba yan nakakatulong? Nakakatulong yan, guys, pag nagdi-debug ka. Kasi pag gumamit ka na o gumawa ka na ng hundreds of functions sa application mo, hindi mo na maiisip yun kung ano dapat yung data na nandoon. Lalo na kung ang data galing sa database. Of course, hindi mo naman yung iisa-isahin. So, at least meron kang type hinter na nagsasabi na, must be type of integer, string given. So, maybe nagkamali ka ng table column na nakuha, na kinuwiri mo, or maybe mali yung na-input dun mismo sa column na yun na ginawa ng client or ni user. So, they have to be informed. So, you need a form validations for that. So, yeah. Very straightforward. So, ayun lang yun. Okay? So, type hint. And of course, for instance, we need another data type called here boolean. Okay, bool. So, the bool is false, for instance. So, what this bool does? Okay, so, bool, I'm sorry. Let's say the integer value, the variable says add process, let's say process, and then process, return false. So, ipa-process ba to? So, let's say, if ipa-process siya, okay, if it's true, then i-process. Okay, let's say, bago mo siya i-add, else, okay, process, or i-return ko to, sasabihin ko, hold in a minute, wait to process. Okay, wait to process, parang ganun. Kasi, konting antay na lang, Tagalogin na lang natin, okay, konting antay lang, okay. So, kung mapapansin mo, let's go ahead and 1 plus 2, it's supposed to be 3. So, dapat ang makikita natin na return yan is 3. Oy, konting antay lang. Okay? So, mag-add tayo ng process ngayon. There is something happen in a database behind the scene na yung variable natin dito gagawin niyang true. So, kapag naka-true na, and then, ipaprocess niya na. Okay, 4. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Bakit nang ganun? Kasi pinrases niya na. Okay, that is condition. So, yun lang yung type hint, guys. Ganun lang siya nakakatulong. Yung argument. So, yeah. Ano pa ba yung dapat niyong malaman sa pag-create ng function? I think andito naman na lahat. Ito yung returning value guys na in-explain ko sa inyo kanina. So what's the difference return clause and echo clause? Tingin ko ito naman na yun. Nasabi ko naman sa kanya. And also the variable function guys. Na-explain ko naman sa inyo kung ano yung variable, kung paano niya ino-optimize yung data, kung paano siya nakakatulong. Meron naman akong binigay na analogy, reality versus virtual. Or ano naman, paano mo man yun paano mo yung interpret. It's up to you kung visual or something like yun. May mga taong baliw, may mga taong praning kung ano tumatapos sa isip nila. Bahala kayo guys kung ganun din kayo. So, yun. So, anonymous function is almost the same, but this function is stored in a variable, something like this. Pares lang yun guys, naka-variable lang siya. Okay, functions, word. So, print, and then the function name. So, ito yung variable. Next, followed by the function. Naka-install siya sa grid. And then, ginawa niyang gano'n. Okay? Kasi, bakit gano'n? Kasi there are instances, guys, na kailangan mo lang yung name ng variable. Like, if the function exists, of course. So, kailangan mo lang yung variable name. Like, when you are working with array in map, kapag nag-aral ka ng map ng array, so, maintindihan mo rin yan. Ayan guys, makakapasok ka dito na uses. So, example guys na ito example ng inherit message guys. Gamit mo lang siya sa callable. Ito yung sinatawag ko kaninang callable. Yan. I think ito yun. Para magamit mo yung external global variable, you have to use keyword. Naalala nyo guys yung sa may router, yung sa Laravel kanina. Kung hindi pa, let's go ahead and watch the Laravel tutorial. If you're working with a router, you will understand what exactly I mean here, because this was happen in nung ginamit natin yung route. So, yun na. Pero kung gusto nyo ipaliwanag yun, okay lang din naman kasi masyado lang mahaba guys, kasi alam ko naman na naiintindihan nyo na mahalaga na yung foundations na kuwan. So this is a class guys, very short lang to yung class answer, para lang ma-idea din kayo, kasi di ba nga kaya natin to ginawa, kasi we are working with a model na. So we are working with a model, of course gagawa tayo ng method, kaya in-explain ko sa inyo yung function. So ito yung class name ko, halimbawa person. Okay? So, person, open and close parentheses, and then here I will say public. In class, guys, you will use a clause name public or key public bago ko mag-create ng function. Actually, tatlo yan, guys. Ang tawag talaga dyan is, ang tawag nga ulit dito. Para yung polymorphism yata yan, if I'm not mistaken Kasi meron yan, guys, na private and protected. Yan. Protected. Konting idea. Yung private, guys, gagana lang yan sa loob ng class na to. Ibig sabihin, kung meron kailangan gawin yung function, yung class na to, kung meron siyang sariling function na kailangan gawin para sa mga public function or protected function, you will use a private function instead. Okay? And kung pwede naman siyang gamitin sa ibang class, pag in-extend mo yung class, you will use protected instead. That protection. Protected. Okay? Protected, so something like that. So we will go ahead and have a short example here. So let's go ahead and start to the public, and then follow by the function class, and then of course, dito guys, dahil nasa class na tayo, hindi na siya function. Ang tawag na sa kanya is method name. So, public, function, and then method name. So, let's say method underscore name underscore 1. Okay, so hindi naman kailangan lagyan ng method guys ng word. Hindi rin naman kailangan lagyan ng method name. Pwede naman yung 1 na lang kung gusto mo. Pero ang term niya na hindi na siya function, ang tawag na sa kanya ay method. Okay? So, yan. So, ganun din yan guys. Parehas lang. Nasa loob lang siya ng class. So, Okay, so learning PHP class is a different explorer din guys. Pero at least ipinakita ko lang sa inyo kasi ganyan yung gagawin natin. Okay, ganyan yung gagawin natin once we are working with the model soon. Okay, so at least alam nyo yung nangyayari. Meron kayong idea kung bakit naka-public, kung bakit ganito, kung bakit nasa loob ng class. Kasi pinakita ko lang sa inyo kanina yung return and then yung echo clause. So at least whatever I'm doing here, whatever the codes na nandito, at least you have an idea. So kung ano yung nandun. Well, I will try to create an explorer for PHP class. Pero marami yan sa YouTube guys pero wala nga lang Tagalog, hindi ko alam kung may Tagalog na siya. Pero sige, susubukan natin kung meron pang time. Sa ngayon, dun muna tayo sa function para maka-proceed tayo dun sa next video natin which is the model. Balak ko kasing, ito nga pinag-isipan ko guys, mag-create ba tayo ng application or diretso na tayo sa API kasi masyado ng malaking oras na ginugugol natin. So, tingin ko diretso na tayo sa API. Kaya medyo matatagalan lang guys kasi ipe-preferred ko siya kung mapapansin mo sa mga video ko tulad nito. Hindi ako nag-test, diba? Hindi ako nagre-rehearse, kumbaga hindi ako nagpa-practice. So, yung application natin guys, medyo i-rehearse ko muna siya, honestly, para mas may pakita ko sa inyo ng maganda. At least, mababawasan yung time natin time ng i-consume natin kasi masyadong mahaba yung mga video ko. Umabot ng 1 oras yung isang topic lang. So, yun. Kailangan ko siyang ayusin, i-prepare lahat. So, para pag pinakita ko sa inyo, pinaliwanag ko sa inyo isang diretso na. Pero, syempre, ayun nga, bago ko yun gawin, inano ko muna yung function para at least pag nakita nyo man ako nasa loob ng function, alam nyo, mayroon naman kayong idea sa mga nangyayari, guys. Okay? Especially sa mga beginner. This video is for beginner lang. Pero kung magaling ka na din, gusto mo lang makakuha ng idea, or gusto mo ring matuto, or gusto mo mag-share, yan, sana mag-share ka din. Pwede ka mag-comment, pwede ka mag-screenshot. You can share also your video. Then, please go ahead and paste the link here. So, ito nga yung panata natin para sabay tayong matuto sa tulong ng bawat isa. Thank you, please. Before in the video, lastly guys, please like and follow our page so you will help us and hopefully we will help you too. Thank you.